at it. Dream Garage, episode 3. Moving along pretty quickly. Just picked up a 66 Ford Mustang Convertible. I'm cruising the city. It is 100 degrees out. The interior is black. And I'm definitely sweating through the back of my shirt right now. But, you know, all for the cause. Today's plan is to pick up a friend of mine who I've showed you in one of these videos before, the Foodie Magician. And his name is Josh. We're gonna grab some lunch in Brooklyn, cruise one of the bridges, maybe show you a bit more of New York from a convertible. Probably sweat through our shirts. Might not be that attractive, but you know, gonna pick him up and yeah, we'll just go from there, baby. Oh, look who it is. The man himself. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you for having me.
Busy on the gram all the time.
Oh yeah, baby.
You gotta be.
So where do you want to go?
You know, you're the man with the food.
Look at this raccoon.
Hey.
It's magical.
This guy's in.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
90 degrees, ready to
90.
sweat it out.
I think it's 100 in a black interior
Oh
here.
yeah, you're right.
This is more of a cruiser. It's not really that muscle type car. But you know, it gets the looks from some ladies, some older men. You and me.
I love this.
Driving Miss Daisy. Alright, so we are cruising to Bushwick.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a little Vietnamese today, baby.
Vietnamese, a place called Bunker. I've been to the old location. This is the new one though, right?
Yeah, I've never been in the new one, but it should be magical.
Magical.
I've never gotten checked out so much in my life. It's amazing.
Alright, so you've never been in an old car like this or what?
No, I don't think so.
1998 Ford Taurus, that was your first car?
Yeah.
Wow, what color?
Gray.
Hot. Was that your high school car?
Yeah, and then I switched to a Honda CR-V, Hunter Green. No, Hunter Green color used to be hot back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, well, we're in the Hunter Green now, so. What were you listening to at the time in the Ford Taurus?
Oh, Dave Matthews Band, 100%. All day, every day.
Just full crash into me?
Ants marching. Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
I don't know if I actually had style back then, but I was cool and very popular. I was very, very popular in high school. I was friends with everybody. The jocks, the nerds, the theater people, the cool people, the losers. I was friends with all of them. Now I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I'm here with you, Brendan.
And now you've lowered down to my level. Josh, for those of you who don't know, is a magician.
Right there. Yeah, I was doing my nickname. My nickname in high school was the Card Boy. I would do card tricks to everyone in high school, everybody. Then I graduated and went to college. Then I went to a college called Bucknell University, business major, minor in film studies, nickname the Card Man.
I went from card boy to card man.
That's right. It was like my entertainment industry bar mitzvah. I was never bar mitzvah, but in the entertainment industry, I guess it was Card Boy to Card Man. There you go. And then,
so Card Man attacked college, and then he ended up here.
That's what I do with a business degree from Bucknell University. I do magic and minor. Do not tell my parents that. I hope they're not watching. Otherwise, they'll cut me off.
All right. So you moved to New York, decided to pursue magic, and what? You know, like that's not an easy thing to do. Hats off to you. Magic. Top hat off to you. I don't know what's the call there.
You know, when I first got here, I had a day job in the finance industry, getting people lunches, nothing crazy. And then I would entertain and party every night. And then after 5 years of a day job, in 2008, I was able to quit my day job and entertain full-time in private events, magic, mentalism, comedy. Make a left here. Yeah,
so same. We kind of have a similar story. You know, I had the day job, then I started DJing at night. You needed the night hustle.
Yeah.
And the night hustle is so important, but that's the hustle you want to be doing, right? Because it's your creative outlet. It's more fun and you're social.
You gotta just do it. You gotta hustle, but it pays off in the long run. Because look at us now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's driving around Bushwick in a convertible. You can do it too. Park this thing, top up. It's a pretty sweet ride. But trying to keep those seats cool while we're here. All right, so where are we going?
We're going to Bunker in Bushwick, Vietnamese food. Now they used to be, I think, in Ridgewood, not too far from here, and moved to this bigger space where we're going now. I've never been to this location. Here we go.
Addicted to the phone.
Well, no,
Foodie.
I'm gonna make sure we get all the social right. You know, I want to make sure I get the social media right. We got to tag Bunker. I don't know if it's Bunker NYC. I don't know if it's Bunker Brooklyn, Bunker BK, Bunker Bushwick. Bunker.
And that is important, believe it or not. Like this guy has. This is how you make a living.
Foodie Magician at Foodie Magician. Follow me.
It's like just cheap product for everywhere.
And if you're a single female, follow me home. Hello.
Saratoga, by the way. Get at me. I love this stuff.
Saratoga.
Yeah.
The best, baby. Wow.
Damn.
All right, so wait, can you tell me about this dish again? What is, so this is...
So...
Oh yeah, it's a little magic time. We made a little Vietnamese food to spare. Now I figured it's time for some magic. You are with the Foodie Magician. All right, so we're with, your name is Jade, right? And where are you from originally?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. What part? Charleston or?
Columbia. I live in Charleston.
By the way, Charleston, South Carolina, amazing food town. Big fan of fig, big fan of husk.
Big rolls.
Are you even a fig?
Oh yeah, Fig's a great spot.
So my Instagram is all food, but I love dogs. So occasionally I throw in a dog. Did you ever have a dog when you were younger? Was it a golden retriever? What kind of dog did you have when you were younger?
A mutt.
A mutt? Okay. So this morning I lived in the East Village, man, and I had a vision of a name. I took out my wallet, which I put over here. This wallet was in you and I never met. I took out a business card from my wallet. I wrote down a name on the back of a card and put it in my wallet. Now I'm going to show the camera this. Can you see there's a name written already? Mm-hmm. Yes or no? See it, Brendan? I wrote that this morning. I never met you. You had a mutt in South Carolina. You haven't seen in a while. What was the name of that dog? Say it aloud to the camera here.
Piper.
How do you spell that?
P-I-P-E-R.
Like that?
Yeah.
And that's what you do with a business degree from Bucknell University. For you. Of course, this card also floats in the air.
Oh.
There you go. And can you please welcome a mutt? No, that'd be amazing. Is that cool?
Yeah.
So the dog.
Stumped. How'd it happen?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Foodie. On your game all the time.
I think I'm more impressed with that shirt than the chick. That's okay. Sometimes I impress myself more than the audience, but that's okay. I have a low self-esteem and I'm a self-esteem booster. But we're gonna pull through. Hashtag still single and I love you all the time.
I don't know how this works. I personally love magic so much, but...
All right, should we get the check?
Yeah, let's get the check. Let's get back in that car.
Let's go back in that car. Let's go for a little ride.
Success, though. Damn good.
Good day, fellas.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you.
Great one.
All right, where to?
Going back in the whip. Great spot. This was fun. I love these little adventures.
Yeah, well.
This is my favorite thing in life, is to do these little adventures.
These are great glasses on you, by the way. Very fitting for this car.
Thank you. Great man.
So tell us about the hustle, because, you know, not easy for anyone to make it in New York, especially when you decide to ditch your stable job and go out on your own.
Well,
so, you know, like, tell us about what you have to do and, like, what keeps you motivated to keep doing it.
Number one thing, you got to stay, excuse my French, you got to stay positive. You got to keep positive and just, you have to believe in yourself, and you got to, you know, anyone can make their dreams come true, but positivity is key, and you just got to do it. You can't stay at home and watch TV and twiddle your thumbs. You have to get out there. You have to meet people, and you just got to do it. You can't sit back and relax. You got to hustle. And you got to make a slight right onto Flushing Avenue.
It's also part of it.
That's what I've been saying since day one. No, but it's really about keeping positive and just knowing and believing that everything happens for a reason. It works out for the best. It's all meant to be. Everything that happens in your life pushes you on your path, wherever you're meant to go in life. And if you know what you want to happen, you can make it happen. Now, so you might take some interesting twists and turns, like maybe you might have to get a day job for 3 or 5 years, work your butt up, but it's all worth it, and in the end, it's all meant to be. And
yeah, and I think like it's the same thing for me. Like, listen, every day's not a win for me. You know, it's like, but you got to stay positive on top. Like, you're gonna do some magic for someone's gonna be like, "That was whack, bro."
Right.
And you're like, "Wow, that sucks," but I'm gonna get the next person even better, right? You're not gonna stop. And I think that's the, you know, I like to say New York is an island full of A-type personalities, and if you're B or C, you just see your way off this thing.
Well, there is that saying: if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. It is true. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
New York's.
I mean, it is expensive. It's tough, but I just use that as motivation to like, well, I got to figure it out. You know, like you put yourself in the surrounding, you got to figure out how to survive here, right? Let's go back to the car for a sec. So, and what did that car do for you? Like,
Well,
for me, I always talk about how my car was freedom. Like, what was it for you?
Well, similar. You didn't have mom and dad picking you up, and you could go out to whatever time and leave whatever party I was at. I could leave anytime I want. Wouldn't have to wait around for mom and dad to pick you up. Wouldn't have to have your parents' friends pick you up.
Yeah, and like sit in the back seat with your girlfriend or your parents' car and be like, it's cool.
Well, if I ever had a girlfriend. Anyways, make a right on Flushing Avenue.
What do we got?
What was your first car?
Hold on,
I want to know what your first car was.
My first car was a Audi
Really?
5000 CD Quattro.
And is that in Canada?
In Canada.
What town? What town in Canada?
I'm from a little town called Durham. It's got 2,500 people, one stoplight. You know, it's
Really?
real
What
life.
was that near? Toronto, Montreal?
2 hours north of Toronto. Where are you from?
Well, I had the Ford Taurus in Stony Brook, Long Island, New York. But from 0 to 10 years old, I grew up in, watch out for this guy, Kew Gardens, Queens. But I tell people Stony Brook because that's where I had my heyday.
Did your dad ever have a classic car? Anyone in your family? Yes.
Classic car?
No.
No.
We never had any either.
No.
Actually.
No. But I always wanted, in the 90s, I always wanted a Jeep Grand Cherokee, Hunter Green, Laredo, not the Sport, the Jeep.
Oh yeah,
Grand
the Laredo.
The Laredo, that was the hot car. All the cool kids at my high school, Ward Mobile High School in Setauket, New York, had the Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. One of the events that pushed me on my magical path was I learned some sleight of hand moves with a deck of cards. And I saw this guy on TV when I was 17, David Blaine on TV. I saw him do a trick on his TV show, and I was like, holy shit, I think I know how to do that. So I went home to my dad. I said, Dad, whenever you think of a card, if I get the card that you're thinking of in your mind, you get me a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, not the Sport Laredo, okay? And he goes, okay, sure.
Wow.
So I do the trick to him, and I got the card he thought of. I did not get the car. I did get the card. The card. I got the card that he thought of.
And he's like, nice.
So my dad, yeah, my
you
dad
keep doing
still,
that, you can buy yourself the car.
Yeah, he still owes me the Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo.
All right, Howard, if you're watching, you know, this kid's working hard. Might be time to put in, what was it, year 2000 Cherokee Laredo? You might
98,
be like
98.
98. You could be a grand Jeep, Howard. It might be the prime time to buy that Jeep for him.
I'm still reading minds. You owe me the Jeep, bro. Come on, Daddy-o.
I've always been obsessed with magic. I just really like it.
Yeah.
I bought a How to Do Magic Trick book. I could cut the knot in the rope and then have the rope full.
Oh, yeah.
I can still do all those old tricks. Got a little sleight of hand movement, but I got some shaky hands, so it's not that cool. But I ended up having dinner with David Blaine not too long ago.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
And I had dinner with him, and I was so obsessed with magic. He was on the other side of the table. There's only about 12 people having dinner. And I was kind of getting jealous on the other side of the table, saying like, you know, why isn't this guy doing magic for me, you know? Like,
He was doing magic to other people?
yeah, why is everyone else hogging him? But he was actually just having a dinner.
Yeah.
So anyway, David Blaine came over and did some tricks, and he did the Sharpie trick.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, I have that trick, yeah.
Yeah.
The X?
Yeah, with the X. Or then he writes like 13 on the side or whatever, because it's
the
written.
cards on the Sharpie?
Yeah, but I knew it, and I knew he had the Sharpie that you roll the other side that had the thing, so I called him out on it.
You did? And
I was like, bro, I know how this trick works, David. And I told him, and he's like, what? And then he's like, okay, let me do another one for you. And he did another kind of one where I knew he was palming it was coming back.
Really?
Just like some good, like he was just whatever. Then I guess he's like, so I called him out again, and he's like, what? And I was like, yeah. So then he's like, okay, pick another card. So I'm like, all right, what do you got now? Like, I felt like I was kind of like the man. I could call on him some tricks. Yeah. And then he's like, is your card right here? And he shows me all the cards. I'm like, no. And then he's like, look to the ceiling. And I look up, and my card was stuck on the ceiling. And I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
That is
He came back hard.
He came back hard. He's like, yo,
Wow.
I'm not going to mess around with you anymore, kid. Like,
Wait, what restaurant was that?
At Acme.
Really?
And high ceilings, too, like 25-foot ceilings.
But did he have the name of some waiter's dog written on the card that was in his wallet? No, he didn't.
Nope.
Foodie Magician.
You definitely did.
Yeah. Ooh, that breeze feels good.
Let's get it.
There we go.
Oh, we back, baby.
Back. We baby back ribs,
Surprised that
baby.
thing works like that, but yeah, let's get these faces out there. That's right. Damn. 90-degree heat, 100-degree heat. I don't even know how hot it is here. Woo. We're gonna get there though.
Yeah. I always tell people, we'll get there when we get there. And that's when we'll get there. Think about it.
I don't know if we needed that advice, bro. Coming to an end.
I will be hopping out here because I want to go to my favorite coffee shop in the world on 7th Street off of 1st Avenue. It's called Abraço, A-B-R-A-C-O. Strongest cold brew in the world, and we're going to go get a coffee. Brendan, thank you for having me on this magical adventure. It's been
Pleasure's
fun.
all mine.
Thank you guys. Have a magical weekend. I will see you soon. Keep the faith and stay pure. You got Foodie Magician. Thank you, bud. See ya.
Bam.
Cheers.
There it is, guys.
We're out.
In and out. Can't keep a New Yorker down. Later, buddy. I'm gonna go put this thing in the garage. You know, not a dream garage, just a parking garage in New York, but it's a dream to be able to park it. All right, that's it. That's all. Signing off. Peace.